So, Warhammer 40.000 Rogue Trader. This game is currently in early access. It's in development by Owlcat games, which you know from some other RPGs, some rather popular ones. And currently the only way to play this is if you pre-order it, and I think you have to pre-order the collector's edition. I was really intrigued by this, so around Christmas I actually did that. Pre-ordered the collector's edition, and I've been playing it a little bit, and I wanted to take you with me on a new game and play a little bit to give you an impression of what the game is like right now. And before I start, a little intro. I really do love the Warhammer 40K universe. I have never played a tabletop game, but I have played several of the games that are set in this franchise, video games. I also read a bunch of the novels, starting with the Inquisitor novels, and I read about a third of the Horus Heresy novels, enjoyed them quite a lot. I love this universe, and so when I heard that there was an RPG in development set in this world, I was really intrigued. I mean, we all know like Space Marines and Dawn of War, so these are action games or real-time strategy games, but this is turn-based and an RPG, so I was really intrigued, and so let's check it out. I'm gonna start a new game. Gonna go for a male rogue trader. Gonna go for normal difficulty. This game isn't really easy. I actually dabbled around with the settings a bit, where you can actually set how much damage your characters do, how much damage the enemies do. I'm not gonna do that right now. I'm just gonna start with the normal difficulty, and here we go. So once again, this is an early access. I don't know, I guess it's supposed to be released this year, right? So this year 17 KB, compiled and processed on the order of the most gracious Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius. Candidate satisfies the consanguinity criteria. Bears kinship to Lord Captain in the 7th degree. From a dynastic offshoot in the Scarus sector, current location of progenitors not specified. Gender, male. Occupation before requisition, so you get to pick your former job. So if I take this, a warship captain in the Imperial Navy, I have great weapon skill, fellowship, and a proficient in persuasion, which might come in handy. As a commissar, I have more willpower, and I'm more proficient in coercion. Occupation criminal, great ballistic skills, agility, and proficient in persuasion and awareness. And I think I'm gonna go for the Navy officer. Planet of birth and circumstances of early life. So, Imperial world, has greater fellowship and willpower, skill to lower, and persuasion, and becomes a leader. Career focused on commanding and assisting allies. That sounds good. Feudal world. Rogue trader from the feudal world has greater strength, toughness, and perception, is skilled in athletics and awareness, and becomes a fighter. Career focused on melee combat. Forge world. Rogue trader from a Watch world has a greater intelligence and toughness, is skilled in tech use, medicay, and logic, and becomes an adept. Career focus and skills in single target damage. And Fortress world has greater agility, perception, and willpower, is skilled in demolition, medicay, and awareness, and becomes a soldier. Career focus in shooting and positioning. So I think I'm gonna go for this one. At the Lord Captain's request, the most significant episode in the candidate's biography that demonstrates his personal qualities and performance under pressure has been highlighted. Based on the collected data, this is... I can either pick an uprising of the 8th city on the hive world Castus Primus, an attack by a pirate armada on the pleasure world Lacura Cove, or a major criminal incident involving void ships assigned to the Astra Militarum. I guess I'm gonna just pick this one. The peasant uprising, provoked by the latest lowering of the minimum age for manufacturing workers, spread throughout most of the spire of the central high city. Imperial forces arrived too late to extinguish the flame of rebellion. However, the Astra Militarum succeeded in blockading the rogue hive. The void ship under the candidate's command executed a void blockade of the planet. Due to the disruption of Vox communication and the need to take action unilaterally, the candidate gave the order for total bombardment of the rebelling hive, or provided support to ground forces, delivering targeted orbital strikes and thereby prolonging the military operation. So did I shoot at my own guys, or did I cause the battle to go on longer? I guess I'm gonna go for this one. So, notable qualities exhibited when acting in difficult or ambiguous circumstances: emotional self-control, restraint and expending resources to suppress opposing forces, strategic mindset. The qualities exhibited are deemed to be valuable and desirable in a potential successor to the Lord Captain. The candidate's profile has been deemed worthy of submission to the most gracious Lord Captain for further appraisal. With regards to the requisition of the candidate from his current position to serve the needs of the illustrious von Valancius dynasty, the final decision rests with the most gracious Lord Captain. So yeah, I'm not going to read all that. There's a lot of lore here. There's also a lot of tooltips which are helpful if you're not familiar with most of that lore. I mean, as I said, I read the book, a bunch of the novels. I watched a bunch of lore videos by Luton09. Great channel, by the way, if you want to check it out. Has a bunch of Warhammer 40K lore. And just let's take a look at one of these tooltips. A rogue trader is a unique hereditary imperial servant assigned with a mission of exploring and exploiting the still uncharted regions of the galaxy for humankind. Can also take a closer look here. So yeah, you can do a lot of reading if you like. But let's jump into the game. I'm on board of my ship. This is my character. It's already looking pretty Warhammer. So, lots of stuff to read. Allow me to report our journey through the warp is coming to an end. Lady Navigator Arcelio informs me that we have reached a point where we can translate to real space in the Furibundus system. The Lady Navigator and her pilots are awaiting your permission to begin the process. The Furibundus system is home to Footfall, the only Imperium outpost with a functioning wharf in the Coronis Expanse. The tech priests are begging you, and you can, by the way, always read more about these keywords. The tech priests are begging you to have mercy on the machines worn down by the warp and to allow the servants of the Omnisia to heal the void ship's wound in the dark. The prayers and rituals will take a few days, which our astropathic choir will use to establish a connection with the prime worlds of your trade empire, Dagonas, Janus and Kiava Gamma. We've already received the message that was previously adrift in the Immaterium. Master Zachary Weiss has reported receiving an invitation. The Leech of Footfall humbly requests an audience with the rogue trader of the Von Valancius dynasty. According to Master Zachary, the message was tinted with shades of pleading. I quote, "Apparently the Leech is anxious to meet us as soon as possible." So this is one of my companions, Argenta. Footfall, the place where sin and sanctity go hand in hand. Reverend Hieronymus Doloroso will most likely expect a visit from me. I imagine he'd be interested in talking to you as well, rogue trader. So, by the way, your companions do have quests, and when I dabbled with the game before, I realized that if you make a wrong decision on these quests, you risk that your companions are gonna leave you. So, let's continue. Sister Argenta has asked for the Lord Captain's help, so I will have to do a quest and have her meet that guy. I will be leaving your void ship when we arrive in Footfall, rogue trader. Once that is done, consider Lord Inquisitor's task complete, so he's probably gonna leave me. And then I can ask him some questions. But before I leave you, rogue trader, Heinrichs produces a small device wrapped in velvet. I was supposed to deliver this to Lady Theodora, but considering the circumstances, I am giving it to you. This is an elucidator, a sacred machine that can translate the languages of distant and lost worlds to Imperial Gothic. It is even capable of handling Xenos languages up to a point. There may be flaws in translation, but the overall meaning should be clear. So I can ask him some questions. So are you leaving us, Henriks? Heinrichs, the arrangement between the Lord Inquisitor and your predecessor was that I be transported to Footfall and no farther. I dare not take advantage of your generosity and patience any more than I already have, Rogue Trader. So I'm going to ask Argenta who about this Reverend. He is the head of the Drusian mission on Football and one of the most prominent clergymen in the sector. Paying him a visit is a good thing for any loyal servant of the Emperor to do. Argenta lowers her eyelashes. I assisted his mission before I joined Lady Theodora on her voyage. I need his blessing to accompany the new rogue trader of the von Valancius dynasty. If you wish to have me aboard your voyage ship, I request that we meet with Reverend Hieronymus. So, if I don't visit that guy, she's gonna leave, so I think I would like to visit him. So I can ask some more questions, can ask about the system. Furibundus is valuable due to its close proximity to the Maw, the gateway to the Imperium. The system is mostly known for Footfall, the main base for merchants, privateers and rogue traders traversing the Coroner's expanse. Additionally, the star itself is orbited by an Adeptus Mechanicus station, which is off-limits to outsiders. So Pascal is he's another one of my companions. Alter Templum Calixtus X17. I had the honor of tending to this shrine for a few thousand cycles. I suggest you abstain from visiting it, as most tech brothers at the station are engaged in meditative calculations that should not be interrupted. So, Footfall is just a quick step, a short stop. What's next? As soon as we solve the issues plaguing the ship and establish contact with the key worlds of your trade empire, the time will come for your Magnae Accessio, the official ceremony of donning the mantle of the rogue trader. It is mostly a formality at this point. You already possess all the privileges granted by the warrant, and yet it is a major milestone in your personal history. The moment your name graces the list of heads of the von Valancius dynasty. We all look forward to that day, Lord Captain. So, let's ask about the Liege of Footfall. Abelard. Vladaeum Tokara is a very peculiar young man. Consider your upcoming conversation a baptism of fire in Footfall's political arena. Such things are not spoken out loud, but Liege Tokara is the appointee of the Casbalica mission. The largest robber baron crime syndicate in the Calixtus sector. They specialize in the cold trade, the buying and selling of all kinds of Xenos rubbish. Footfall was previously run by a liege who did business with several crime factions at once, but he suffered an accident. The reins of power were picked up by Vladaeum Tokara, whose appointment benefits not only the Casbalica, but also their most powerful ally in the Coroner's expanse, rogue trader Caligus Winterscale. Vladaeum is slippery yet very cautious fellow. He does not usually beat about the bush and does not play mind games. Perhaps more importantly, he is no fool. Fools do not rise this high in the Casbalican hierarchy. Keep all this in mind. You are a rogue trader. You stand above him in status and wield considerable power. Having said that, history has seen cases where the Casbalican barons crossed swords with rogue traders and emerged victorious. Do not forget that and remain vigilant. The Casbalica, wild tech thieves. Pascal Vaux barks out the last words like a profanity. So why does he want to see me so badly? Not you personally, he wishes to meet with the rogue trader of the von Valancius dynasty. Tokara does not know about Lady Theodora's death and is simply seeking an audience with the powers that be. My gut is telling me that something must be very wrong on Footfall if our astropath managed to read such strong emotion in such an anodyne message. We have no information, Lord Captain. The broadcast from the Footfall Astropathic Choir was the only missive Master Zacharias received lately. So, I'm gonna tell the Lady Navigator I give her leave to make the transition from the warp into real space. And here we go. One more thing, Lord Captain. No one at the station knows about Lady Theodora's demise and you inheriting the title. Teach Tokara will be informed. It is required so we can use the dock, and besides, he's expecting a personal audience with the rogue trader, and he will not meet with an unknown person of unclear standing. However, there's still a matter of announcing your arrival. You can either arrive on the station with the proper pomp and ceremony, or choose to visit it incognito. So, I will arrive incognito. It will be done, Lord Captain. I mean, this sounds like a pretty nasty planet, so I don't really want to post and let everyone know I'm going in there. So, and I can now use the system map to issue some orders. And I can fly my ship over here. I can later go to other planets as well, which is pretty cool. And so we have landed. This is the map of the town. So I can dock. There's the Shadow Quarters, the Martyrs, Endurance, the Atrium, the Liege's Residence. So let's land. Oh. Okay, so these, I'm gonna take these guys. My character and my companions. This is my navigator. And we talked to some of these characters before. On the loading screens, you get a bit of info about them. Right. I love the world design. I'm gonna let that play out for a second. Your Lordship, forgive me for not welcoming you with the appropriate obeisance. We were told that you would prefer to arrive on football incognito, and so we're trying to attract as little attention as possible. I'm here on the behalf of the Liege of Football, Lord Vladimir Tokara. The Liege awaits a chance to speak with you at his residence, but if you happen to have other business to attend to, I can serve you as your guide and tell you about the station. So Cassia, she's my navigator. This is so familiar. Behind the amber-colored scattering of words of welcome, far less appealing views lurk, murky and diluted. The look of someone accustomed to lying and hiding their intentions. That's Idira. She shakes her head and hisses through her teeth, someone's coming, and they're coming for us. Watch out, Lord Captain. Abelard sighs and casually places his hand on his weapon. So, who's coming? Judging by the voices, there's a lot of them, angry. They've got teeth, but they aren't that sharp. Their strength is their numbers. Pray, what are you talking about? What would you mean by such a cryptic pronoun? She doesn't get to say the rest. And there we go. Welcome to Warhammer. So I'm getting attacked right away, and this is the first combat situation. And I'm already got a hurt character. Alright. So, my character gets to actually move. And I have different things that I can do now. I can do melee attacks. Of course, no one is close yet. I can do a plasma single shot. And you can see the effective distance, the max distance, some explanations. I can do a plasma overcharge, powerful area of effect, attack that overheats plasma weapon for 2 turns, so I don't want to do that just yet. Or plasma overcharge extra damage, deals plus 75 extra damage yet overheats plasma weapon for 2 turns. I also have these. These are my skills, for example machine spirit communication. The attack priest appeals to the machine spirits of all the weapons in the area. So for enemy weapons, for example, the recoil instead increases by half for attack priest's int bonus turns and increases dodge chance of the weapon's target by twice int bonus for 1+ int bonus turns. Medicaid training. The character now can instantly heal their allies out of combat. So I can do that right now, full focus. The adept immediately grasps the nature of the studied target, applying the double effects of studied target and all adept's talents, increases dodge negation, armor penetration for the first attack, and the weapon skill against the target. Precision strike makes a single shot or a melee attack against a studied enemy, so I would use that in conjunction, right? Study defenses tries to find weaknesses of the studied enemy. Manipulator push Manipulate mechadendrite attacks enemies in close combat, pushing them 2 sides away and dealing WS plus int bonus damage with penetration equal to tech priest's perception bonus. Study enemies, carefully studying a group of enemies. So these are buffs and debuffs. Target weakness. For 1 turn, all allies gain half the benefits of adept study enemies and study defense's abilities. Persistent Strike's second weapon. The adept makes a single shot or melee attack against the studied enemy. This attack gains +10/+2 times adept's intelligence bonus to righteous theory chance and ignores adept's intelligence bonus of the enemy's deflection. And once per combat, attack priest can use this mechadendrite to restore wounds of an ally. So let us draw first blood, hopefully. Had a 46% chance of hitting, which is not really a lot. So let me study these guys. I'm in cover, which is pretty important. I can tell you the combat in here isn't really that easy. So, can actually look at the stats of my character. Or I can end my turn.
My ears are ringing.
It's a bunch of enemies here. He actually hit one of his own guys. Man, that's a lot of enemies. I forgot how many there are. So he missed me, and I think I should actually try and take cover. So this is my rogue trader. I am gonna take cover here, I think.
I shall not fear.
He's got other abilities. Shot on a run. The next attack costs 1 action point less, has 30% reduced hit chance, and does not count towards the limit of attacks per turn. Control burst. A burst fire attack with the current weapon. If any shot of the attack hits an ally, that shot instead misses everyone. Dash. Immediately dashes in select direction, spending all movement points. Does not provoke attacks of opportunity. And with this one I gained an action point and removed the cooldown from dash. So let me start.
All too easy.
And I hit. Nice.
Not a problem for me.
Got my action point back. But that was stupid because there is not much I can do right now. Alright. Think I want to move her to cover as well, but there isn't much cover. So she's got a different set. For example, lightning arc. Chains up to 4 targets within a 3-cell radius.
Will do.
Let's try that. Nice. But she's out of action points now. And there are more enemies. They missed. That's good. Never miss, because, I mean, that's pretty far away and I'm in cover. Can actually see on the right side whose turn it is and who's going to be next. There we go. So she... let me get her to cover as well. But once again, there isn't much cover. Can actually try to make it here. 66% chance of hitting. I had a chance of 8 to 12 hit points. Second wind. And yeah, she's got shot on the run and dash as well. And now I can shoot again. 40% chance. Right. So, that, cool. 3 more guys are gonna move. He missed. Or I dodged, I guess.
My passions have failed me.
Alright, so this is gonna be evil. I can shoot, or I can actually use the little stair where the navigator reveals her third eye, which I read about in the novel, which is a pretty nasty move. So let's do that. Let me see how many of the enemies I can hit.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Right. So let me see. Now I'm gonna move to cover. Hopefully. Oh, I can only restore that to others. I think, since I can't move, I'm gonna stop this turn. This is my melee character, so let's try to bring some relief
I will do my duty.
to my character. And I killed him. That's pretty nice.
I'm not
Also,
interested. Someone else can do this.
let me
At your beck and call.
taunt this enemy. And let's give me a buff. And this is run 2. I think this is, yeah, that's a leader. And he's staying in cover. That's pretty smart. And he hit my character. You can see how much damage my characters are taking. 65% chance to hit. And I missed. Let me see if I can heal.
The order is contrary to dogmatic protocols.
Can't move, right? Yeah.
My competencies are not that universal.
Let's end the turn for now. Now it's gonna be a bunch of attacks by the other guys.
Help me, Lord Captain.
Things are looking dire. This is a challenging fight for, you know, being the first fight in the game. 61%. Let me see. %, 26%. Can actually try to do this one.
You didn't stand a chance.
Nice.
My time is now.
And I removed the cooldown.
Nothing I can't do.
And took this guy out as well. And I can actually shoot again. But I don't think I can reach anyone, can I?
Suits my purposes.
Can I actually move? No, I can't. So it's her turn. Let's take care of these guys.
Or
Gonna study those enemies again.
anything else?
Alright, staying in cover. And now there's gonna be a bunch of movement going. And I really need to take care of these guys quickly. He's gonna shoot, right? Yes. And he moved me out of cover. Can't do a burst fire, but if I move here, I probably can. So let's try that one. Well, that wasn't too awesome.
Ministration is
Gotta
a
use
holy task.
medikit.
power resides in the will of the righteous.
And I can take another shot.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Yes, insta-kill. And I can do another one.
As the Emperor commands.
Really high hit chance. So I'm taking him out. And I can do another one. 67%. Yeah, it's my best chance to shoot at that guy. And another one.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Nice. So how about this guy? 50%, 67%. Oh, she's on a killing spree here.
I'll do it. Doubt is for the
So I'm
weak.
gonna reload. And let's end the turn. Can I actually... Let me move to
Give me strength.
this cover over here. So, let me see. 44% chance.
That is
59.
foolishness.
Nope, I missed him. So, can I recover any... Well, I can try to grant
Isn't
her
this a
an
job for the
additional turn.
serfs?
Didn't quite work. Maybe I did something wrong there. So let me
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
attack this guy with a melee attack. 88% chance of hitting, and he's dead. So there's 2 more guys left, right?
It will be done.
I charged him and killed him instantly. So that went nice as well. So let's end this turn and let's go for the leader. All right.
Request denied.
Let me take an overcharge.
The order is contrary to
Now it's not in line of sight, so let me move over here. And now let's do the overcharge. It's gonna take out his weapon for 2 turns, but I hopefully will be able to take this guy out in this turn.
cogitation.
Oh, he's too far away. Okay. So let my main character take a shot at him. 59% chance, and I missed. Nope. Gonna end my turn. Let's see if she can take him out.
On it.
Nope. She keeps missing as well. So is there anything I can actually
Of course.
use study damage, study enemy on him? And all my characters get to move before
As the Emperor
66%
commands,
chance. That
I
looks
act.
good. But I missed, of course.
I need targets, not guidance. I'll do it.
Alright. Could actually use another... No, I'm not going to use another medikit here. 59% chance. Okay. So, I've got one more chance. Let's see if my guy can get to him. He can. So let's do that. And let's take him out with a melee attack. Nope, he missed. So, this is gonna hurt. %49 chance. Let's take a bigger risk here.
As the tactical imperative dictates.
Get closer. Still 46% chance.
Is favorable.
It sucks. As you can see, if I move, I can actually see what I'll be able to hit after moving.
Suits my purpose.
Yes. So that concludes combat. I'm done here. Servant. The shivering young servant looks up at you with horror in his eyes. Emperor, protect me. They killed every time I warn them, and then they go all, dear Emperor, our Lord and Savior, how could this have happened? Who could have thought? Idira spits on the ground in annoyance. Fear not, young man, we took care of the attackers. Do you know who they were? Or I could be a bit more forceful. Stop quivering, unwashed worm, and answer me. What was that? An attack right on the dock? So, that's pretty cool. Does this happen often? Shooting? Yes. Attack on gnolls? Not very often, unless it's the Anvers. They're vicious. Not a week goes by without them killing and gutting somebody. They're wicked heretics. They respect nothing. They follow no rules. So, let's be nice. Your lordship, those guys were Anvers. They're a gang. They're the worst, I'm telling you. They're scared of no one, not even Leech Vladayam. He glances around like he's expecting more bandits to appear. Go and report this to the Leech. Yes, I'm sorry, your lordship. I'll just go report to the Leech. They killed her. They killed my lady. Oh, this is terrible. So now I can go and loot. And this is a thing where you can see it's still early access, so there's still some bugs because sometimes it's hard to click those buttons. And now that the combat is over, my characters keep their damage. So, for example, they actually healed, sorry. And now I can go and explore the town, but I'm not going to do that just now. I am going to go and
Lesson learned.
check this out. Well, there's nothing in this container, I guess. So, I'm here now, and I can... I should probably go and see the leader of this place as quickly as possible. But I am not going to do that this time. I will probably record another video soon. So far, this is fun. There are still a few things that bother me. There are still a few things that tell me that this is an EA, because as you can see, for example, it was not easy to hit those buttons because they were like, you know, when I was looting, because they were covered by another part of the UI. I wish sometimes that the characters had a bit more different attacks that they could use. A lot of these are buffs, or like recover your hit points, do a dash, but I think that kind of fits to the theme and to the kind of abilities that characters in the Warhammer universe should have. I love some of the abilities. For example, that third eye ability of Cassia is pretty cool. And yeah, the combat is pretty challenging. I haven't had a character die yet. I don't know if there's permadeath, but I do like the atmosphere of the game, and I can't wait to see what the company will do with it. So, thank you for watching, and I'll do another video on this soon.